Hi, Random TV family, and good afternoon to you. Good Wednesday afternoon. And yeah, a couple of things. I've been deep in the archives, mining out with some more video goodies. You guys really, you've really turned out, and I really appreciate it. I'm seeing new subscribers almost every day. I'm going to keep putting out stuff, so stay tuned for that. I also really appreciate all the positive comments. It means that I'm really touching you guys and you're really enjoying what I'm putting out there, which is the point of Random TV. As time goes on, we're going to have an even deeper library. So stay tuned for that. As you can see in back of me, if you can see in back of me, I've got some of my classic TV guides up, the covers displayed behind me and over here, in the lower part of the screen. I am going to ask you guys a question. I'm thinking about making kind of like a montage video set to music, the relaxing music, of, you know, the covers and the listings of the TV Guide. I loved TV Guide when I was growing up. I think you guys probably really enjoyed it too. It's gone, of course, for many years, but I think we all enjoyed that. I'd like to put together a few videos, and I think it would fit right in here on Random TV. So in the comments below, you'll let me know if that's something that that you guys would like to see. In the meantime, here's a new slew of video goodies coming up, and stay tuned. Thank you always, or thank you as always, for stopping by Random TV. You are what turns the channel. Talk to you later, guys. Have a great day. Be well.
Most of all, the Hulk in the sixth battle, almost single-handedly pulling ABC into the trench. Now, as we await the first event of the upcoming battle, here's the man who's never missed this event. On hand once again, America's leading sports journalist and the host of the Battle of the Network Stars, Mr. Howard Cosell.
Thank you very much, Fred. Boy, we're at a familiar scene set, the Olympic-sized swimming pool at Pepperdine University, high above Malibu Beach and the Pacific Ocean, getting ready for the first event in the competition, the swimming relay. The captains meet: Ed Asner, Bob Conrad, Dick Van Patten, friendship on the surface. But behind that friendship, the backdrop. A week of practice by the CBS and NBC teams of stars. Because this truly a grueling competition. And while everybody has fun in girding for the battle, when it begins, it becomes truly the Battle of the Network Stars.
Welcome, everyone, to the 7th Battle of the Network Stars. Brought to you by Pepsi-Cola and your local Pepsi-Cola bottler. Have a Pepsi Day. And by Comprex, the new multi-symptom cold reliever.
Getting ready, make it shine, looking pretty. There's a lot to do. You're waiting for your dreams to come true. Come on, and have a Pepsi day. Come on, and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, and have a Pepsi day. You're the Pepsi generation.
You've probably been hearing a lot about electronic games. We'd like to tell you about ours, Maniac. Maniac challenges your senses with lights, sounds, music, and timing. Maniac automatically gets tougher or easier depending upon the skill of the players. Maniac's digital readout keeps each player's cumulative score. Plus, Maniac lets everyone play until there's a winner, so you're always in the game. Maniac for 1 to 4 players from Ideal.
Hollywood is a synonym for the stars, part of the myriad complex that is the greater Los Angeles area. But 20 miles away, there is another part of that complex, and there it is before you. The lovely, even glorious campus of Pepperdine University, set high above Malibu Beach and the Pacific Ocean. And down below, 24 top stars of primetime television from shows on all 3 networks have gathered to defend the honor of those networks in the confrontation known as the Battle of the Network Stars. They are down there now by the Olympic-sized swimming pool. The first event coming up, the swimming relay. Let's go down and meet them, all of them, one by one. The swimming relay, 5 to a team, 3 men, 2 women on each team. Let's identify them as they appear. Starting off for ABC in lane number 1 from the long-running series 8 is Enough, Willie Ames.
You're in love with Howard Cosell.
Thank you, my boy. And swimming the second leg of 25 yards for ABC, who plays Buddy from Family, the 2-time Emmy Award winner, growing up so beautifully, Christy McNichol. Swimming third for ABC, the woman who plays Morgan Wainwright, the helicopter pilot in 240 Robert, Joanna Cassidy.
George Cosell here this morning?
The name is Howard Cosell. Howard, my dear.
Oh, Howard Cosell, right.
Fourth off the block for ABC, Wojo from Barney Miller, Max Gale.
Well, how do you do?
I do fine, thank you, Max. And taking the final 50-yard leg for ABC, plays Bradley Benson and Angie, Robert Hayes.
Shaving a haircut too big. Whoa!
And the shampoo. They really do adore him. The first non-swimmer, playing Corinne from Soap, Diana Canova. You're irresistible, my love, even without your makeup. And from the Associates, the nation's top fashion model and now actress, Shelley Smith.
Ready to go.
And Shelley, you're a winner. And finally, returning as captain of the ABC team, the father of the award-winning series 8 is Enough, Dick Van Patten. Leading off is CBS, Mary Ellen on the Waltons, Judy Norton-Taylor, a great athlete, by the way. Next, in lane 2, the financial editor for the award-winning series, Lou Grant, Al Williams. Swimming third for CBS, DJ Johnny Fever, WKRP Cincinnati, Howard Hessman.
These are my emergency medical supplies.
Funny guy.
These are my lungs.
Swimming fourth for CBS, star of Big Seamus, Little Seamus, Catherine Lee Scott.
Good morning. How are you?
And swimming fifth, perhaps CBS's finest athlete, Dr. Gonzo Gates from Trapper John, MD, Greg Harris.
Got vitamin D. I'm going to be so healthy. We're going to win.
And now the non-swimming stars from CBS.
I'm Jan Smithers from WKRP in Cincinnati.
And Valerie Bertinelli from One Day at a Time. And finally, the captain of the CBS team, the star of Lou Grant, Edward Asner.
If you need a reprint, just tell me.
Now the NBC captain, a man called Sloan, Robert Conrad, says this will be his last battle show.
The coach is never supposed to have to play. I know. You know, we just go and say, go kill them, kids. They can't hurt us. Now I know how it feels.
He never quits. Second off the blocks from Real People, Sarah Purcell. Effervescent, isn't she?
Thank you. I'm ready.
Third for the NBC team, Colonel Wilma Deering from Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, Erin Gray. The fourth leg, co-star of Shirley, Patrick Wayne.
You know, when you got Conrad for a captain,
Yeah?
you don't worry about ABC.
You better
or
win.
CBS. Because if you goof, man, you got to go in the ring with Conrad.
Oh, terrific.
The NBC anchorman, Buck Rogers, Gil Gerard. Not Swimming on the NBC team. Officer Bonnie Clark from Chips, Randy Oakes.
That motorcycle can go right over. There's no way to hold it.
From NBC's Little House on the Prairie, she's grown up playing Laura, Melissa Gilbert. He's BJ from BJ and the Bear, Greg Evigan.
Good morning.
Have to have a commissioner for this competition. Here he is, guest commissioner, George Brent of the Kansas City Royals. And finally, to handle the official scoring, we welcome from Buck Rogers in the 25th century, Tweaky.
I believe we're being pursued.
Eat lead, sucker.
And on this occasion, I have the pleasure of introducing to you my newest colleague to serve as co-host, a member of the Jockocracy. What else? A faded relic of the past, a used-up athlete. 3 times in this competition, a failure every time. Thus, nothing left to do with him but make him a sports commentator. I bring you, ladies and gentlemen, Billy Crystal.
Thank you, Howard. I should retire now.
I think perhaps you should begin a whole new career, the way most do.
Well, I've studied with Merlin Olsen, and I think I'm ready to go.
It's fun. I wonder if you'd explain to the folks what competing in this competition has meant to you in the past.
Well, a lot of people think that it's just you come out and you just have a good time, which is true, but there's a lot of tension. Everyone's nervous. You want to do your best. The events are something you may not do every day, and working out, it's tough. And I was watching everyone getting ready. My God, I feel like Gifford here. And they really, you know, I get more nervous for this than I did for a performance, you know. It's very tough. And this year it's different because we have 4 women to each team. In the past we had 3. So we have 4 women. I think that's going to make a big difference in a competition.
I think you may be exactly right, Billy. Spotting those women is the key to the whole competition. We've learned that.
That's true, and you have Willie Ames, who's a real good swimmer. I was watching him in practice, and he'll be swimming against Judy Taylor and Robert Conrad. And I think with Ames and Chris McNichol back-to-back, it could get them off to a quick start.
There is Bobby Conrad, NBC, lane number 3. And there is Judy Norton-Taylor, CBS, lane number 2. And in lane number 1, Willie Ames. Now, we're almost ready to go. Remember, the first 4 swimmers on each team swim 25 yards. The 5th swimmer on each team has to swim 2 laps or 50 yards. The whistle, it gets set. Ready for the start. Now, let's see if what Billy Crystal suggested holds up. And they're off. Good racing dive and start by Willie Ames, ABC, the outside lane. Robert Conrad, second. Already Judy Norton-Taylor out of it. Ames building up the lead over Conrad. Quickly. For ABC, Christy McNichol. She's a superb athlete. Look at her stroke. She's building up the lead even further against Sarah Purcell of NBC. CBS is all but dead already. See how important that start was. Now, Joanna Cassidy for ABC. Powerful young woman. Good stroke as we close in on her. And she is leading Erin Gray of NBC on the lane to your right. CBS still completely out of it. Max Gale of Barney Miller is already in the water. And ABC clearly in front. Gale going mainly against Pat Wayne, trying to close distance, but not doing so successfully. And forget about CBS. They are dead. Robert Hayes in the water. The final 2 laps. Robert Hayes starting slowly, picking up speed. But wait a minute, coming into your picture. Gil Gerard of Buck Rogers closing in on Hayes. Good racing turn by Hayes. Hayes grimly trying to cling to the lead. Gerard closing distance. Gerard trying to move in on Hayes, but now Hayes is the one who's holding together. ABC has won it with Bob Hayes, Gil Gerard, and NBC second, CBS dead last. So ABC, a quick 100 points, NBC 75, and CBS 50. And this, the starting event of the Battle of the Network Stars. Quickly, let's get over. Where is Bob Hayes of Angie?
There he is, right
my
here.
congratulations to you, my friend, as the anchor man. Willie, good work as the starting man. There's the camera gentleman. Max Gale held together. Christy, you were great. All of you deserve. But you had the anchor leg, or the 2 laps. And
Right.
Gil Gerard was closing in on you. Were you aware of it?
No, had no idea. But these guys are so good, they just set it up as a piece of cake for me.
I wasn't a
Believe
piece
that,
of-
I got some land in Florida I'd like to tell you, Howard.
All right, let's go to Billy Crystal. He's with the losers. Ed Asner, I believe. Billy?
What do you think the key to the race was?
The key? These starting blocks. We've had trouble with them from the beginning.
What was the trouble with them?
Well, ours was sabotaged.
Can we get
So
a shot of
whenever
that?
our swimmers would get up on them, they'd wobble and weave and completely unhinge and unbalance the swimmers.
Well, I don't see any problem with it looking at it now, Ed. I don't see what you're talking about there. See? Oh, now I see. Now I see.
They don't float either.
No, and that's difficult to dive off of. Yeah.
Asner's nonsense aside, Willie Ames really was the key to this race as you look at him in replay, the way Billy Crystal predicted. Here's Billy with Willie Ames.
Willie, you were the key to the victory. I think you got ABC off to a great start. You and Christie.
I don't know. All I can think of is get Conrad's blood pressure going.
Were you intimidated by him? I saw Judy hit the water early. I mean,
Not at all.
do you swim a lot?
Yeah, I was on a surf team for a while, and I do a lot of scuba diving, so I I was kind of brought up at the ocean.
For the official score, let's go to our computer tweaking and his drone, Dr. Theopolis.
How about an audition for Monday Night Football, Howard?
Well, Tweaky, Mr. Van Patten's ABC team is in first place with 100 points. Mr. Conrad's NBC team is second with 75 points. And CBS, captained by Mr. Asner, is in third with 50 points.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, Ed.
You dance on a river of wood, and the spinning shapes in the cold, dark water are your only bridge home. So you keep on dancing until the last log is in place and you can head for Miller time. Time for the best-tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
When it's time to relax, we've got the beer, Miller Beer. If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
I'd like to talk to you about the Sony Betamax and an incredible feature called Beta Scan. I'm Tom Williams Sr., and if you know tennis, you know my son. Here's a cassette of his last championship match. Beta Scan lets me go fast forward and reverse, so I can skip the boring stuff like this long rally and stop when I come to the real exciting parts, like Tom Jr. here dashing onto the court to pick up the ball. Isn't Betamax terrific? It lets you see what you've been missing and miss what you don't want to see. It's from Sony, the one and only.
This side of the medicine chest is mine. It has a lot of things for a cold that can relieve nasal and sinus congestion, sneezing, aches, pains, fever.
Well, my side does more because I've got Comtrex, multi-symptom cold reliever. Comtrex even relieves your cough, so all by itself it gives more kinds of relief than Dristan or Contac or Bayer. For your miserable combination of all these symptoms, this is better. Comtrex in tablets, liquid, and now capsules.
I don't like a flabby body, and I hate flabby hair. So, I got into Condition.
Condition shampoo from Clairol. Protein-enriched condition shampoo revives limp, lifeless, flabby hair, makes it manageable, leaves it clean and shiny, and looking very healthy. Condition shampoo. And for after your shampoo, Clairol's Condition 2, instant after shampoo treatment.
Got flabby hair? Get into Condition.
We're ready for event number 2 in the Battle of the Network Stars, and it is the kayak race. This is a tough and at the same time appealing event because you have to go the length and then you've got to go around these buoys, and that's very tough, and then all the way back, and finally there is the exchange. There are 4 on each team, 2 men and 2 women. And there, the leadoff lady for CBS, Kathy Lee Scott. You see the other members of her team. Erin Gray for NBC. You see the other members of her team. And finally, Dick Van Patten of ABC, the team captain. You see the other members of his team. We're about ready for the start, Billy Crystal.
Well, Dick had trouble last year, Howard, in the kayak race, so this should be interesting to see who gets off to a good start. Erin Gray looked real good in practice, and so did Kathy Lee Scott. So, again, getting off to a quick start is a big key.
Erin Gray with a lithe body. Her problem will be to stay within the lane because as we watched her in practice, there was a tendency to get out of it. Kathy Lee Scott knew at this and just a little bit nervous, it looks like, from here. And, of course, Dick Van Patten, already spoken of by Billy Crystal. And there they go. They're off. Look, there goes Erin Gray. Yep. She could get into trouble right there, but no, she straightens her kayak out. And Kathy Lee Scott got off to a pretty good start and is stroking pretty. But look at Erin Gray. The body slightly bent forward. Lithe, short strokes. Doesn't plunge that stick in too deeply.
Nice rhythm. It's smooth, it's controlled, and now she's coming up to the buoy.
But look at Van Patten. He is in trouble. The buoy. We call it the buoy cune.
It's not in the best interest of the pool.
And look at Van Patten. What he was doing was not in the best interest of the pool. He had gotten backwards, and now he had to go around that buoy in a way he shouldn't have. Erin Gray way out in front, as you can see, and stroking very, very smoothly. Kathy Lee Scott with a slight lead over Van Patten. The man should have gotten the edge in this, but no way. Erin Gray, much too good. Erin Gray coming in for the exchange.
Now,
Billy.
the exchange is the key. Look at Conrad. See, Bob's coaching him. He's sensational. He's got her going out, and Melissa going right in. They should get a smooth takeoff. That saves a lot of time right there.
Exactly, and Melissa Gilbert, you will soon see, has a great stroke. Howard Hessman in the boat now for CBS.
Howard had trouble finding the kayak there for a little while.
And ABC in trouble, but now ahead of CBS and trying to close the gap, and it's a big one on Melissa Gilbert. That'll take some doing. But Robert Hayes is in the kayak for ABC, and maybe he can make up some ground on Melissa.
Well, he's going to have to, because coming up for NBC, they're two heavies. They got Pat Wayne and Greg Evigan.
When you look at Hessman...
Now he's having trouble finding the buoy.
Well, Hayes had his own problem there, getting around the buoy, and Melissa built that lead up all over again. Now Hayes, with sharper, cleaner strokes, is gaining some on Melissa. But she's going to bring her kayak in with NBC still in the lead. You saw Conrad hanging over, setting up the exchange. He is a superb captain in this event. Pat Wayne gets into the kayak.
Look at the time he's taking. He's cool and confident. Look at the strokes. The man was born in a kayak. I mean, he knows from this kind of thing.
In the meantime, Joanna Cassidy, Billy went in for ABC, and it was an uneasy exchange, and ABC lost a little more ground. Can't conceive of any way that Joanna can make up ground on Pat Wayne.
Well, she's leaning so far over in the boat, she seems to be losing a little balance there. See, it's wobbling a great deal.
Yeah, but still, she's coming up there because Wayne's having trouble negotiating the turn. Now, if Joanna can do it, no, she's going to have a little trouble here, too. In fact, she hits the buoy.
Yeah, well,
in the best interest of the pool.
Well, she's a helicopter pilot now. She seems to be hovering in one spot of the pool.
She
it's
is
a tough race.
far too much forward, Billy.
And her arms are too far apart there. Look at Pat's grinning now. A little cocky. But he deserves. He's doing a great. Look at that.
Oh, it's a beautiful stroke he's got. He's going to bring the kayak in. Conrad supervising the exchange. Greg Evigan, a great athlete, coming in for the anchor turn.
Look at all the time. They had to go back and touch. That was good thinking on Pat. They could have had some penalty
Good
points
thinking
there.
on Captain Conrad. The intense Joanna Cassidy finally coming in. They have to haul her in. And an exchange here. Christy McNichol gets in. She is a superb athlete. We have mentioned that. We did it during the swimming relay, and look at her go. Those quick, choppy strokes. Not plunged into the water too deeply, but look where she stands. No chance at all against Evigan.
Well, you never know. I remember last year, Richard Hatch for ABC was way out in front, and the oars broke, and he just barely won by the nose of the kayak, so you never know what can happen.
Well, as you said then, devious doings, Devane with a beard.
I still think Conrad chewed through those oars. I still think so.
But Greg Evigan is off by himself, and NBC is going to win in the kayak race this year. 100 points for the victory. They have 175 points total. Coming in second, Christy McNichol, ABC. They've got 175 points. And CBS dead last with a total of 100 points thus far. Quickly, let's move on over for the interviews, Billy. Great effort, Bobbin. Congratulations. You're now tied with ABC after 2 events. You think the little Melissa held together beautifully?
I'll bet you Melissa had the best time, and Aaron was tough. The men did what they were supposed to do, keep it straight. I'm just, I'm excited as I can be, and all I did was coach. I learned after swimming I'm a good coach.
Listen, in the warm-ups, I saw you working a long time with Erin.
Yes.
It proved out.
Yeah, that's because she's pretty. It had nothing to do with her stroke.
Meanwhile, you keep using Evigan as your anchor man every year.
Well, that's because he's young and he wants my job. Now he knows I'm retiring.
Now let's check in with our computer, the official scorer, Tweaky, and Dr. Theopolis.
Tweaky, the rowing competition has brought Mr. Conrad's NBC team to a first-place tie with Mr. Van Patten's ABC team. They each have 175 points. Unfortunately, Mr. Asner's CBS compatriots are still last with 100.
Ed, you got a big problem.
Are you upset by the presence of a former adversary as co-host?
No, I'm only upset because he punched me in the nose when I was doing that that soap we did together for, no pun intended.
Breaking up is hard to do.
Yes.
Give me your version of that fight.
It was a 2-punch fight. It was Crystal 2, Conrad no.
I want you to see that scene. Took 1 minute in the recently seen TV film Breaking Up is Hard to Do, but 8 hours to make this scene. Let's look.
You! No! Hey, Frank, take a look at this, huh? You see this? You did this because you're a drunk, Frank. You use people, Frank, and you hurt them. Well, I don't want it anymore, Frank. You hear? And I don't need you anymore, Frank. I don't need you, Frank. I don't need them. I don't need them. Enough. It's enough. Oh, God. If you just stay here.
You want to get up and slug him?
Nah, I think he's one of the nicest men I've ever worked with. Fine actor, but I will slug him at a later date. To be announced soon.
Keep your guard up, Billy.
He keeps claiming it happened in the movie. It happened during lunch hour, and they just happened to be rolling.
Coming up, the baseball dunk.
Look at yourself, sitting there watching other people play games, while your once hard body grows softer, and another weekend goes down the tube. We say, come on, stop spectating and get in the game. We're AMF. We make what it takes to renovate the body and raise the spirit. We make quality products, Voight balls, Ben Hogan golf equipment, Harley-Davidson motorcycles. AMF. We make weekends.
Getting ready, make it shine, looking pretty. There's a lot to do. You're waiting for your dreams to come true. Come on, come on, and have a Pepsi day. Come on, and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, and have a Pepsi day. You're the Pepsi generation. Have a Pepsi day.
Is the American Motors Spirit worth $5 more than Chevette?
Let's compare. Chevette would have to be a lot wider to give you the same front seat comfort as Spirit. Spirit's 21-gallon gas tank is bigger, too. Think about that this weekend. And Spirit has Z-Bart factory rust protection, plus the only 5-year no rust-through warranty. American Motors Spirit. It lists for $5 more than Chevette, but it's worth it.
American Motors, built for today, built to last for tomorrow.
What, oh, what do you do? Doodly, doodly, do. What do you do when your tongue is upset and your head is aching too?
Ding, you go plop, plop.
Plop,
Fizz, fizz.
fizz,
Alka-Seltzer.
those bubbles you whiz.
Ooh, what fast relief it is. Bubbles beyond belief. Hear the sound of fast relief.
Alka-Seltzer speeds relief to your aching head and upset stomach.
Oh, what fast relief Alka-Seltzer is.
Our helicopter view of the baseball dunk pin. An event that's a lot of fun. And, of course, each member of the winning team gets $20,000, second place team $15,000, third place $10,000. Let's meet our commissioner. You're looking at one of baseball's greatest hitters. His name is George Brett. He's the third baseman of the Kansas City Royals. But as a third baseman, he's not that great a thrower, as you will see right now. as he missed the target for the baseball dunk. And he missed it 3 times in a row, and the 4th time in a row. George Brett is the network stars, and he just perfectly executed the dunk. George Brett is one of the greatest hitters in baseball, no question about it. Remember those 3 consecutive home runs against Catfish Hunter in the American League Championship Series in October of '78? That's the George Brett people have come to respect as a hitter as much as anyone in the game. Here he is again. George, would you be good enough to state the rules of the baseball dunk?
Yes, Howard. First of all, the object is obviously to hit the bullseye, and if you hit the bullseye, the person will fall in the water. Each player is awarded 3 throws, and they must stay behind this white line. If the person hits the bullseye and the person falls in the water, they're awarded 3 points. However, some girls might not be able to hit the bullseye hard enough.
I don't blame them. You're against equal rights.
And if that happens, the person might not fall in the water, they're awarded 1 point. Now, if they hit the arm, sometimes it'll trigger the alarm, which will make the person fall in the water. Nothing will be counted on that, and they just get another throw.
Aaron Gray, beautiful Aaron Gray, has been picked by Al Williams of CBS as his target.
Will this hold me?
A little tentative, Billy.
I would be. It's scary sitting up there.
You should know.
Yeah, I sat up there
It's
last
cold
year.
in here. That's cold!
There's Al Williams getting ready to throw. He's got a good arm, Bill.
Yeah, he's real
Why are you
accurate.
lousy at this?
It ain't that easy, is it?
I'll tell you, up she goes for another turn. A good sport. A lot of badinage during this event. There always has been. It's got a carnival flavor.
You can't do it! Ah, chicken! Look, he's choking up. I can tell already. Let him choke! Yeah, you're choking. I know, and I already see what you're doing.
So Al Williams hit for 2 out of 3, and he gets 6 points for his CBS team. Aaron Gray, a star, a beautiful star, who's making a marriage work.
You've had a successful marriage, wouldn't you say?
I would say, yes. I'm a little surprised at it myself.
2 kids.
No, one boy, Kevin. He's about 3 and a half. We've been married it'll be 11 years this year. I was a high school sweetheart. Got married when I was 18. He was right out of Vietnam. It was one of those things. He came home, and 5 days later, we were married.
And yet was behind your moving out to the coast.
Yes, absolutely. 100%, which surprised me again. He's full of surprises. I guess that's why I'm still married to him, because it's still interesting. It was one of those situations where he knew I was miserable, and one morning said, "Cut it out. I can't stand it. What's the matter with you?" And I said, "Well, I can't continue doing something that I don't believe in and I'm not happy doing." And he said, "Well, what is it do you really want to do?" And I said, "You know, I want to act." And he said, "Well, what does that mean to you?" And I said, "Well, it means going to Los Angeles and pounding the pavement there and starting all over with a career." And he said, "Well," he says, I'm not happy with you the way you are now, so go, and we'll work it out as it comes. And if it happens, we'll deal with the problems as they, approach us."
It's most unusual for a man to do that.
Yes, I think so. He's a very unusual person. We worked hard at it, discussing what we felt about things and dealing with each upset as they came and not letting anything go for too long. Hit it right on the head as soon as you see something happening. As soon as you see the other person upset, hurt, or whatever, you say, "What's wrong? Give it to me. Let's deal with it. Let's get through it."
You look back at that English leather commercial. Are you sorry you did it in any way?
Oh, no, I had a lot of fun. I was 2 months pregnant and feeling terribly sexy and very safe, so I gave it my all. No, I enjoyed it. That was a fun shooting. It really was.
Will you do it for me?
Sure. All my men were English leather, or they were nothing at all.
Tough act to follow. But Randy Oakes will follow it with one of her men, not by her choice. The man throwing at her is Greg Harrison, maybe the best all-around athlete in the competition. Didn't take long, Billy.
He's a good athlete. He does everything well.
Well, let me tell you, she's used to good athletes.
We first met in New York when you were dating Joe Namath. How long did you date him?
Howard Cosell. I can't believe you. I went out with him for years.
You still see him?
Occasionally, I say hello to him. We're really good friends. I'm engaged to be married to someone else.
I understand.
So it's not a really good idea to be dating around, you know? I saw Joe the other day. He's working on a movie. He looks wonderful. And he seems to be very happy.
I must say, Randy, you seem to be very happy, too, starring as you do in Chips. You've got an awareness of who you are.
On television, it's like you get this instant fame. It's amazing, you know? And you really can't take it too seriously.
But, Mr. Crystal, she just may have to take Greg Harrison seriously. Look.
He's tough.
A little bit of the makeup can roll off the eyes under these circumstances. Three out of three for Greg Harrison as he rolls up a grand total for CBS of 18 points thus far in the baseball dunk. And it's a chagrin to Randy Oakes, who was helped from the pool by the man who belabored her. We'll be back.
It's so wonderful to make a child's dream come true. It's a moment of love, a joyous sensation. Ooh, come on, and have a Pepsi day. Come on, and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, and have a Pepsi day.
This man has a dream,
Michael is in training for the Olympics.
but following it may cost him his marriage.
Michael? I'm sorry.
What about win the Olympics? For the first time in my life, I'm doing what I want, and I'm not quitting anymore, Jack.
Running. It's about having the courage to be what you are.
I came to watch you run. I hope it's all right.
I'm so happy to see you.
Michael Douglas and Susan Anspach in Running, rated PG. Now playing at a theater near you.
Sunday, at a special time, 8:30, 7:30 Central and Mountain.
Oh, this is not a boat accident.
It's finally coming.
It was a shark.
The most powerful movie of all time.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Sunday, get ready for Jaws.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first thriller for Dick Van Patten about to participate in the baseball dunk for ABC. CBS has a record 27 points.
Okay, Dick. A lot of pressure. I can't be partisan, but you have to get a lot of points here.
I don't think that ABC and NBC combined are going to be 27 points.
You
That's
never
fantastic.
know. Well, let's get it started. Who are you going to pick? You have good taste.
I will say he has good taste.
Are you kidding? Look at the pants he's wearing.
Ann Smithers, WKRP, Cincinnati. She was 16, a surfer girl at Malibu Beach. A photographer from Newsweek discovered her. She's doing a story on what teenagers in America really like. She ended up on the cover, March 21, 1966. As Van Patten looks at her, the rest became history.
Jan, I love you, Jan.
I love you too, Greg. No!
Van Patten is not impressed by a young woman's physical appeal.
Dick's an actor, Howard. He's got great concentration. And it's real tough with someone who's as pretty as Jan.
That's the cover of Newsweek. That's the story we were telling you about. How it all began for her. And she's come a long way from the day of that cover. This is a very serious girl, in point of fact. Concerned about a career, concerned about where she's going, and she knows she's not just another pretty dame in Hollywood.
She knows she's wet, that's for sure.
Well, Van Patten scored 6 points for ABC. Here's Bob Hayes.
Hey, Ed, are you kind of hot today?
No, I'm not throwing today.
Ed, why didn't you get in?
Why Ed Asner? Why this great distinguished actor?
Because he's got a great set of legs. What the heck?
Good luck to you.
Nice tan, though. Looks like the bottom of a whitefish out. We work all day. That's why we're not tan.
The man is a great sport, though.
He sure
He's
is.
not a bad thrower.
Hey, sucker!
Yeah, but Ed's a great competitor. Let's see if you can freak him out a little.
Your mother wears galoshes to dance. What do you say, man?
Well, 3 points for ABC. Ed Asner, once a tackle in football. Not that bad in his earlier years, many years ago as
And
an
you should
athlete.
never have said that about my mother.
In the meantime, let's watch Hayes. Remember, Van Patten scored 6 for ABC.
Everybody thought it was your mother. In reality, it was your father. He sure does walk funny.
He's got him a little spooked, Howard, I think.
Father like son.
See? That's the whole idea of this, is to get that throw a little uneasy at the line.
When we get to the subject of your sister...
We blow it. ABC with a total of 9 points. Finally, when it didn't count, he dunked Asner again. It'll take 3 people to lift him out of the tank.
They felt that in Encino, Howard. Extra shots, extra letters.
So, Ed Asner, Lou Grant, will get out of the tank, and it may indeed take 3 people to lift him out of it. But how much grace and character and dignity he is showing in this participation in this competition. And as he does, in fact, get up and get out of the tank and return to reality for a very brief few moments, you have to think about this man. You have to think about the richness of his talent.
Oh, it's you! Get away!
There he is.
Get away from me! No, let me have it. Come on. Get away from me!
You have to think about his sportsmanship.
Can you get it?
And you have to think about the diversification of roles through all the years. The Mary Tyler Moore show, now the Lou Grant show, among others, and how he spoke in a brilliant scene with Lee Chambers on the Grant show to a teacher who had been ravaged and was afraid to come back.
Jay, it makes me crazy that you're gonna quit. I swear to God, it makes me sick. Because you're good, and you've got to know that. So good that no one can replace you. Because if you're not there to tell these kids how important they are, to guide them, and to cajole them, to kid them, to motivate them, to make them reach for more, then damn it, there won't be anyone else there to tell it to them ever. That would be a damn shame.
I thought you weren't any good at making speeches.
Perhaps the greatest success in the history of television was Roots, of which you were a part. That may indeed, in the long run, be what you'll remember most about your years in television, quite apart from Mary Tyler Moore.
I will remember it in the fact that the 2 reasons I did it was because I thought, well, maybe they would have a hard time getting the actors they wanted to be in it. And I wanted to be identified with talking about that subject. And the role provided a variation. I never in a million years believed that it would outsell Rich Man, Poor Man. I never expected it. And tell you the truth, I don't think your network did either.
I admire you personally very much. I mean that, and I'm not disposed to be flattering to people, as you know. I admire you because in a business that is dominated by fear, you're not afraid. You're not afraid of issues. You're not afraid to take a stand publicly. And it's not the norm in our business. Did you ever worry about rubbing somebody raw, costing yourself your career?
Only with issues that I supported outside. I thought twice a couple of times about causes I supported, but then I thought, with all the good fortune I've enjoyed, how unbelievably cowardly it would be of me if I stopped now. So that's the only time. And if everything came to a halt now, it wouldn't matter because I've had a run for my money.
And he's given this country a run for its money. A man who can do most everything on stage, and a man who's willing to have fun here.
They built this country out of dreams and steel, and every day you pour enough new steel for one more bridge, one more building, one more dream. But now comes Miller time. Time to head for the best tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer. Miller Beer. Miller Beer.
No, I honestly do. I honestly like Sears. I wouldn't be here right now, would I? And I do like the Junior Bazaar. They have some really nice clothes. They do keep current styles as far as the clothes. And since I just got a new apartment, I came here today to shop for everything from curtains to lingerie. Sears is fantastic.
Come to Sears, where America shops for value.
Saturday, the Ropers move in with the neighbors, and Jeffrey's love life goes down in smoke.
Now, Pepsi Light is sugar-free and only 1 calorie, with a touch of lemon that makes it the freshest tasting 1-calorie soft drink around.
The fresh one is here, 1 calorie. Pepsi Light, the fresh one. Pepsi is here, 1 calorie. Pepsi Light, Pepsi Light, Pepsi Light, Pepsi Light. The fresh one is here, 1 calorie. Pepsi Light, the fresh one. Pepsi is here, 1 calorie. Pepsi Light.
Oh boy, La Pizzeria frozen pizza!
Oh, La Pizzeria! Just to sink a tooth into you. The sauce, the cheese. It's like pizza they go out for.
Another piece, Harry dear?
What about baby dear? I've had it with string spinach. Uh-oh, last piece. Watch this. Oh boy.
La Pizzeria, the only piece ever left is the one on the box.
When it comes to La Pizzeria, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
A victory for Penn Hills. Details tonight at 11.
And Diana Canova is throwing to try to dunk Howard Hessman of WKRP Cincinnati. That's a third throw. ABC way behind CBS in the event. Having missed, she decides to have a little fun and dunks Johnny Fever, the DJ. This is a multi-talented young woman in the light of her mother, Judy. Stars in soap, and that prompted this question.
What do you feel was your best effort thus far?
Oh, gosh. I'd have to say the progression of Corinne Tate on soap. Because she's come a long way from being a nymphomaniac to an almost normal person. It's something like you, Howard.
And I happen to know, Diana, that you're dating an old friend, Steve Landesberg, of Barney Miller. And he was on this show, utterly inept at football. I think you can do better.
I could do better, possibly. My mother doesn't think so. She keeps reminding me. So does his mother.
You're gonna marry him?
Yeah, I might get around to it.
You don't believe in marriage as necessarily the fruition of a romance.
Oh, sure I do. Sure I do. Most definitely. I believe in the family institution, which is quickly waning in our country.
Sometimes in the morning, when shadows are deep, I lie there beside you, just watching you sleep. And sometimes I whisper what I'm thinking of. My cup runneth over.
What a brilliantly versatile talent. Now, back to the competition. So, Gil Gerard will be throwing at Joanna Cassidy in NBC, struggling to get ahead of ABC, both way behind CBS in the baseball duck.
Don't worry.
No chance to catch up, or so it seems. Gil Gerard, Buck Rogers. Joanna Cassidy, Morgan Wainwright, helicopter pilot, 240 Robert.
Tune in tomorrow, folks.
Terrific woman.
She's such a great competitor. She's really in the spirit of things here. She's just been having a great time.
No score there. You saw what happened on the throw. Hit the arm. It did not hit the target.
No points, but, you know, hey, you're clean anyway.
Personable guy. You know that, Billy?
Everyone. It's been, this has been the most enjoyable one I've been a part of so far.
Because you couldn't make a fool of yourself competing.
Keep talking, Joe.
I told you, Gil.
All right.
Boy, that's distracting.
There, he finally connected for the three-point score as Joanna went into the tank.
You gave me inspiration.
That's illegal in some states, I understand.
Captain Conrad viewing the whole thing so seriously. And seriously is the right word when it comes to Joanna Cassidy being lifted out of the tank right there by Gil Gerard. Here she is playing her role in 240 Robert.
240 Robert Air. Mayday, mayday. Fire on board. I can't see. There's too much smoke. Sam, give me a hand. I can't see.
Pull up. You're losing altitude. Pull up, Morgan.
Still have airspeed. Control sluggish. It possibly could be the solenoid.
Still on the word serious, Joanna Cassidy, a serious-minded actress with a serious view of life and with good reason. 2 children. I asked her if she wanted the children to go into show business.
I don't mind if they do. Let me put it that way. Knowing how tough it is, I know what my daughter particularly would have to go through, but I don't mind.
What would she have to go through? Why the daughter particularly?
I think it's rougher on women than it is on men, although it's tough for both men and women. But women are a little bit more vulnerable, are up against more difficult situations as far as being compromised. Show business is not easy, as is any kind of profession like this, music or anything. But then again, my having been through what I've been through to get here has been very good for me.
What have you been through?
Hell. No. It's just been a rough period. There's been no security to it, really. I've had to struggle. I haven't always had money to pay the rent. I've had 2 children to take care of, besides myself. And I think that during the time you have to settle for a little bit less than you would sometime in the beginning, you know, initially. You have your ideas of how you'd like to perform. I think of myself as a heavy, dramatic actress, and I've had to do some pretty silly stuff. You know, I did a show one time where I just was outrageous. They put funny glasses on me and a wig on me, and I got stuffed into a washing machine. Just really demeaning things.
You felt debased.
Yeah, but I did it, and I came through it, and I got paid for it, and I realized that that was just one of the things that I would have to go through to get to where I want to be, and I'm getting there. I'm on the stairs, you know. I'm up towards the top now, and it's okay.
You have to love that lady, don't you? But if you're Willie Ames, you're not going to love Greg Evigan, who dunks them into the tank. And with that toss, Evigan and NBC take over second place in the baseball dunk event. ABC third. CBS has clearly already clinched it with a record 27 points. Randy Oates and Pat Wayne kind of enjoy things. Evigan's last throw, just for fun, really, a miss. Still another throw, just for fun, and he produced the desired result as he walked off. So, it's time, perhaps, as we look at a happy Captain Conrad, to meet our good friend Squeaky and get a reading on the official scoring in the competition.
Howard, would Frank do this? They told me this would be a spaceship.
Well, surprise. NBC has moved into first place with ABC holding on to second. But CBS, with that record showing in the baseball dunk, is now a very competitive third. Congratulations, Mr. Pasner.
I'm here with Fred Silverman. Fred is in a little disguise today. Fred, let me ask you this. Oh, wait, quick. He's going to a reprogramming meeting. Let me ask you this. What is Gary Coleman really like? Okay, well, that's a scoop here.
And the scoop here is that coming up, one of the testing challenges of the battle, the obstacle course event.
A big green football team, an endless yellow sea, a cherry pie, an orange sky, the bluest eyes you'll ever see. Yes, America's true colors come through on GE.
GE TV brings you America's colors vivid and lifelike, and our special VIR2 circuit adjusts the color automatically.
Yes, America's true colors come through on GE. GE, we bring good things to life.
We looked at Celica, Accord, and Scirocco. But when we looked at this new Mazda 626, that's all it took.
Just one look, that's all it took. Yeah, just one look, that's all it took.
We really like the way this Mazda 626 performs, not to mention its great mileage. All at a price that makes it really worth looking at.
Yeah, the more you look, hey, the more you like. Getting ready, make it shine, looking pretty. There's a lot to do. You're waiting for your dreams to come true. Come on, come on, come on and have a Pepsi day. Come on, come on, come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on, have a Pepsi day. You're the Pepsi generation. Pepsi day.
Channel 4, Pittsburgh.
The obstacle course event, so testing, so challenging. Best combined time of male and female. The qualifying heats leads to the finals. Best combined time there wins the finals. To tell you what can happen in this thoroughly testing event, here is Billy Crystal.
Okay, here we are at the obstacle course, which is probably the most difficult event because it combines speed, endurance, and pure rhythm. See, it's a lot of agility. I had probably the most memorable run at this course 2 years ago, remember? Okay, the key is to get a good start. Please remember, don't leave your upper lip on the top rope. Watch where you step in the tires. I learned that from running in Central Park. Grab all the handlebars, then get a good jump at that wall. Up and over, don't leave any of your knee on the top of that fence. Coming off there. And if you're hot, hit the water, just like I did. Tumble around, and make sure you finish. And then, search for your upper teeth.
Billy Crystal, a remarkable demonstration of how not to run the obstacle course. The women's heats are already underway. Judy Norton-Taylor of CBS with a great time, 19.92. Here's Billy Crystal again.
Wow.
Yes.
You've run this before.
Yes.
And you've won it.
Yes.
But now Judy's time of 19.9, it makes a lot more pressure on you, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I think with the adrenaline going in the competition, I might go a little faster.
Well, good luck.
Thanks, I'll need it.
And you're running against a veteran over here. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to walk over to that veteran if I don't trip. Christy, you are a veteran. You can't deny it. You're a veteran at such a young age.
I'm older now.
You think that's going to make a difference in the race?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to try hard.
You hold the course record.
Do I really? How many seconds?
How many seconds?
I don't know.
She did 19.9.
19.9.
That's fast.
Do you think that your new size is going to make a difference? You
Maybe
say
a
you're
little.
growing
I'm
up.
older.
You think it's going to make a difference?
Just a little bit, not much, but I'm not as fast as I used to be. I know that.
Well, let's.
But I'm
find
gonna
out.
try to be young again.
19.9.
No.
You got to beat it. Good luck.
Thank you.
Not just a great athlete, but a great actress. There she is, accepting her second Emmy just recently. And now, in a different scene set, a different motif. It's Melissa Gilbert going against Christy McNichol. Two of the young ones getting ready for the second qualifying heat, the obstacle course. Remember, Judy Norton-Dell already with a 19.92 second time. A big time to have to beat, but Christy McNichol, already the record holder in this event for women. And they're ready to take off. If they run it like Billy Crystal, they'll both wind up in the tank. Here we go. Waiting for the starting gun. Both girls poised, the gun off. Christy McNichol getting up a quick early lead. Working the lifesavers, as you call the tires, very well. On the handlebars, Christy McNichol with a possible penalty, but Melissa Gilbert in real trouble. So Christy McNichol off by herself. Handles the water hole easily. Christy McNichol with a quick and easy victory over Melissa Gilbert. Look at the determination on her face. Why don't you handle a slow-mo, Bill?
Okay, well, I thought that was a penalty on Christy. You have to grasp the last rung, but obviously it wasn't, so she's going to have a great time. Here's poor Melissa struggling. She had a blister on her hand before the competition. She's having a rough time. A great race for Christy. Let's go to Howard for the official time.
Here it is, a brand new record. Whoa! 19.56 the official time, but an injured Melissa Gilbert walks off. This young woman who's grown up on Little House on the Prairie is very important to the society. Near Palm Springs is Children's Village USA, a children's residence center dedicated to abused and neglected children and their families. What's important is the time and efforts Melissa Gilbert volunteers with the children. Here she is.
Okay, now let's make a big, long nose. now he looks like a... When we first came here, the little ones hardly had any idea of who I was. All that I was Melissa. One little girl said to me, "You're beautiful because you're a long-headed woman." I said, "Why?" She meant my hair because it's long. And another one, they're so loving. They all say, "I love you." And the one says, "You give much love." The little girl with the curly hair says, "You give much love." I love it here. I want to live here. You ready? Don't fall. Oh, please don't fall. I like little kids, and I like working with them. And they're just little babies, some of them. Some of them are older, but they're basically just like all other kids. If I were to give them some advice, I'd tell them to be happy and enjoy what's going on around them, rather than seeing all the bad and everything. Because people who grow up saying, "Oh, this was terrible, that was terrible, this is bad, that's bad," will never have any memories and will always lead a very depressed life. Whereas a little kid who grows up saying, "Oh, wasn't that fun, and wasn't this fun, and remember the time when," will always grow up being a happy love you too.
You and me against the world.
A tender thing, a tender feeling. Not all of the children abused. Some daycare center kids, and Melissa so great with them. Now we're ready as we go back to the competition, to the third women's qualifying heat in the obstacle course event. Valerie Bertinelli, one day at a time against Erin Gray. Buck Rogers, 25th Century, and they are off. Nearest to us, Erin Gray and Valerie Bertinelli in the far lane. They negotiate the tires, like lifesavers, we've said. Now the monkey bars. Erin Gray with that lithe, supple body getting a quick lead. Now over the fence. But Bertinelli, a veteran in this event. She knows what it's all about, the water hole. Erin Gray still in the lead. Bertinelli pouring it on, getting the lead at the finish and winning the qualifying heat. What a finish. What a great race, Valerie. You should each congratulate. What a finish. She did come from behind to nose you out. I heard you tell Billy Crystal you were kind of psyched out going in.
I really was, yeah. Right now I'm just about to faint, but don't mind me.
Second time around. That's what you did last year when you were hurt.
Oh.
But you gave it a terrific, Erin. Terrific effort, really. First time you've ever faced that.
Yes, very first. Thank you. You were great over that leap.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe you made up that time.
And she won it at the very end, at the water jump, and then the final burst that brought her past you. It was terrific, really.
A lot of fun.
Proud of you
I'm glad it
both.
was you and not Christy.
Well, you should both be congratulated by the team captains. Who called it?
Who's calling what? Huh? Oh, she had grabbed it, though.
Looks like there's a penalty on Valerie. It's a shame. It's one thing to run a lousy race and lose like I did, but to run a good race and be disqualified is a shame.
Witnesses on the side have said that they saw the same thing in each case. One calls a, okay, it's a call.
Captain Arsenault, what is the problem? You were watching a protest?
Inefficient judging.
What? In
That's
what
right.
way?
Well, Christy slipped on the last bar just as Valerie did on this bar. Valerie was caught. ABC is mouthing off.
All right, in slow motion, Valerie Bertinelli, the far lane. Let's look at it. And as she gets to the final rung on the monkey bars, just touched it, did not grab it. Quite apparently a good call, a penalty.
Howard, here's Christie's now, and we're at a different angle. Now watch her as she comes to that last bar. She does grab it. So it's not a penalty. Christie, I'm sorry.
Commissioner Brett, what do you say?
Well, the commissioner, after hearing rumors that Christy McNichol did not touch the last bar, I went over and talked to the judge. She said she did grasp it. I was standing there when Edward's partner came over the last one. I saw her just slap at it. She didn't grasp it, and in the rules you say you have to grasp it. The one judge said that Christy grasped it, and this one she said she didn't grasp it.
Poor Valerie. But net, the finals, Judy Norton-Taylor against Christy McNichol.
Now, the trick is, in just 3 moves, they get the light bottle caps all together, moving 2 each time. Once, twice, 3.
What? That's easy.
Hey, I can put away a lot of beer by the time they figure this one out. That's why I'm drinking light beer from Miller. Not only does light taste great, but it's got 1/3 less calories than their regular beer. And it's less filling.
Hey, what's going on here?
Okay, once more. 1, 2, 3.
What? That's easy. Let me...
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Next August, I'll be an air traffic controller. Guaranteed.
10 months from now, I'll be training in electronics. Guaranteed.
Even if you're still in school, you can join the Army now and take up to 12 months to report for duty, with your choice of training guaranteed in writing.
Next September, I'll be in Europe. Guaranteed.
This is the Army, and we're giving guarantees. Call this toll-free number now.
The smile on your face is there because you know that your mouth tastes great. And it's nice when their teeth are getting strong and the clean in your mouth is Colgate.
Colgate is more than a brisk, clean taste. With regular brushing, Colgate's fluoride penetrates the surface of tooth enamel. Not this fast, but it gets in and fights cavities.
There's a twinkle in your eye when there's fluoride for their teeth, and the clean in your mouth is Colgate.
The obstacle course finals coming up. Men's division. It will be Greg Harrison of CBS against Willie Ames of ABC. But first, the women, Judy Norton-Taylor against Christy McNichol. Here's Billy.
You set a record in that lane, and now you've chosen to run in this lane. Any particular reason?
No. No.
I've never seen you more determined for anything in my life. This is
Well,
what
I love sports. So,
well,
maybe
good
that's
luck.
why.
I'll get out of your way.
Okay.
I'm going to go over to Ms. Taylor, who ran a great race. Judy?
Again.
Yes. I thought we would. You're running against the record holder. You ran a great time yourself, and it's going to be a great race. How do you feel?
I'm twice as scared as I was the first time.
Did you think that the competition would be this strong, that the sense of competition for you would be this intense?
I knew Christy was good, and I knew she was going to be the one to beat on this event. She's done it before. She's quick, she's young, she's small, she's got everything going for her, and she doesn't make mistakes. So it's going to be really tough.
Well, you didn't make many either. Good luck. It's going to be a great race.
Thank you.
Judy Norton-Taylor, been with the Waltons from the very beginning. Let's meet this remarkable young woman, a great athlete, a gifted actress, up close and personal.
I don't tend to, I'm not into the Hollywood scene whereby, you know, it's like the Friday night Hollywood parties type things. I'm not that type of I'm not that into that side of the business that much.
Well, she is some athlete. Look at her working out with the Los Angeles Thunderbirds, the roller derby, the way she uses the elbows. She is going to be some tough cookie for Christy McNichol to beat in the finals of the obstacle course. And now we're ready for the start of the race. Judy Norton-Taylor right before you. The far side, Christy McNichol. They're off. Christy McNichol with a quick early lead, navigating the tires perfectly. Judy Norton-Taylor falling behind. Now the monkey bars. Did Christy clutch that last rung? Our view obscured by Ed Asner. But Christy McNichol off by herself. Christy McNichol again with an apparently quick and easy victory. Christy, you did it again, and you're done in, aren't you, kid, huh?
I don't know.
Great race. No
Thank
pain
you.
this time. You didn't hit me.
No, no pain, no pain.
Where is Judy Norton-Taylor? Let's get her over here. She deserves congratulations, too. Where is she? Ah, is she all right? Is she all right, Captain Asner?
Is she all right?
That was a tremendous effort. It wasn't until that last fence that you fell behind.
She's good.
Congratulations to you. She is good. It's amazing. I'm waiting on the official time. Wait a minute. A penalty. A penalty lodged against Christy McNichol.
20.41 seconds.
Now let's get those official times again. The penalty lodged against Christy McNichol, so she winds up at 22.20. And Judy Norton-Taylor at 20.41. So CBS is presently leading in this event with Willie Ames yet to go against Greg Harrison. Let's get the official nature of the penalty from Commissioner George Brett. George, what happened to bring about the penalty?
Well, when Christy McNichols went over the monkey bars, Howard, she did not grasp the last bar. She just kind of slapped at it and didn't put her hand around it. And when you do that, you're awarded 3 seconds penalty.
No wonder Ed Asner has become such a great sportsman.
Ed is very competitive, and you got to have competitives out here to have a lot of fun.
Okay. Thank you, George. So there it is, at the moment, leading in the event, CBS, because of the penalty against Christy McNichol. And so we're ready for the start of the men's finals. That's Willie Ames of ABC. And he's got a lot of time to make up in view of the penalty against Christy McNichol. And, of course, going against Willie Ames, Greg Harrison of CBS, who has been a superb all-around athlete in this competition from its very inception. Ready now for the start. They're off. And look at Willie Ames go under there and develop the early lead. He maneuvers through the tires very well. Now the monkey bars. Greg Harrison now ahead of him. Over the wall. And tremendous trouble for Willie Ames. It'll be an easy victory for Greg Harrison. Off by himself. CBS the winner. Well, Willie, good effort, but this guy is spectacular. And so, you should give him congratulations, Valerie. Greg Harrison with a brilliant performance, winning the obstacle course event for CBS net. Willie, Bob, do you know what the score is now in the whole of the competition? NBC with 300 points, ABC with 300 points, and with a great comeback, CBS with 300 points. So we have a three-way tie. You couldn't ask for a greater competition up to this point. And next coming up, the running relay. And what an event that's been in the past.
Tonight,
there he goes.
Daredevils risk it all on the spectacular Guinness Book of World Records.
Whenever you find a lot of hard-working people getting together, you're likely to find a lot of hard-working, tough Chevy trucks. That's because 94.8% of all Chevy trucks back through the 1969 models were still on the job as of July 1st, 1978. This is based on industry data for the 10 most recent model years recorded. That's right, 94.8% were still on the job. At that rate, a Chevy truck could last until the cows come home. Chevy trucks, built to stay tough.
How about Red Lobster for lunch?
Come wake up your taste for seafood in the middle of the day. Enjoy lunch at Red Lobster. We'll serve you right away.
This isn't the old burgers and fries routine. Red Lobster's serving scampi, flounder, salads, lots of lunches far from routine.
Everything we do is for the seafood lover in you. Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
I like modern art and nice clothes, but my furniture, strictly attic antiques. Guess I'm a traditionalist at heart. One of my very important traditions is saving. I make a deposit every payday at Great American Federal, just like my parents always have. With the help of my savings account, I'm building a good life. I owe a big thanks to my mom and dad for the great hand-me-downs, especially this one, saving for the things you want. It's a Great American Federal tradition.
Mayview gets an injunction. Details at 11.
The running relay, 6 to a team, 3 girls, 3 men. 1, 2, 4, and 5 legs of 110 yards, and runners 3 and 6 legs of 220 yards. We're about ready for the start of the running relay and the battle of the network stars. And what a competition it is up to now, a 3-way tie. Leading off, legs 1 for NBC, Aaron Gray. For ABC, Dick Van Patten, and Ed Asner for CBS. And there they go. And Dick Van Patten is overtaking Ed Asner in the outside lane with ease. Aaron Gray trying to hold together, but falling behind. Van Patten will pass off to Christy McNichol, giving her a good lead. And the others are Randy Oates for NBC and Jan Smithers for CBS, but it's all Christy McNichol. The lead builds up. She passes off to Willie Ames, and ABC is piling up a lead. Willie Ames is going against Judy Norton-Taylor and Greg Evigan. There is Willie Ames, and you can see that lead stretch out. Greg Evigan behind him, trying to close the gap. Willie Ames off by himself, but suddenly Willie Ames either relaxes or he has run himself out. As a fighter punches himself out, and Evigan closed down to some degree. Now, it's Shelley Smith for ABC, Sarah Purcell for NBC, and Kathy Lee Scott for CBS. And look at Sarah Purcell go. She is closing down the gap on Shelley Smith, and she has run herself a tremendous lap. And here's the matchup edge. Pat Wayne against Joanna Cassidy. Joanna desperately trying to hang on, but Pat Wayne passing her easily. And so, Pat Wayne becomes the key factor because of what Purcell did for NBC. And now in the final lap, it's Max Gale of ABC right there, trying to pass Gil Gerard. of NBC. But Gerard holds on, not able to do it. Running in stocking feet. Max Gale can't do it. Gil Gerard pulling away. NBC will win the running relay. ABC second, out of sight. CBS is third. And what an event this has been through all of the previous confrontations. There's Max Gale congratulating Gil Gerard. Well, let the joy be unconfined. You made up for the travesty of the obstacle. Yeah. And, great anchor leg, and it wasn't easy because Max Gale was hanging in there.
I could hear him breathing down my back the whole way.
Let me tell you something, baby. Come here, Sarah. You may have been the key to that race, making up the distance after Willie Ames's leg. Really? And you got to admit, I told you you were the key, didn't I?
Thank you, Howard.
You were just great.
Oh.
Bobby, your strategy was perfect as team captain. I want to congratulate you.
I have no idea why Dick Van Patten and Ed Asner were running. Yeah, what are they doing out there?
Big fan of Van Patten. He gave ABC a big... The key was, again, the women. Sarah Purcell.
The women. The women.
How about Sarah?
How about her?
Picking up that ground.
Hey, it was fantastic. No, it was a beautifully run race, you know.
That was a beautiful thing. He did run the last 100.
That's right. I'm only good for 100.
Pat, you finally became a winner.
Thank you, Howard. It feels so good.
I'm here with Max Gale, who ran a great final lap in the 2:20. But Max, you ran in socks. How come?
I figured I needed every advantage I could.
You mean the lighter the load, the faster you go?
The lighter the load. I'm carrying a few extra resources around that I didn't used to have, you know?
When was the last time you ran in 2:20?
I guess when I was about 18.
Will you do it again soon?
The 2:20?
Yeah.
I'd like to do it again right now.
Well, let's do it again right now, the replay. And watch Max Gale, whom Billy Crystal just spoke with, running in stocking feet. Right there, he tried to make his move to pass Gil Gerard. It appeared on the outside that for just the briefest instant he might do it. But Gerard was the one who held together. And it was Gale who tired ever so slightly. And as they came down the stretch, it was Gil Gerard pulling away with the victory. A tremendous effort as NBC moved ahead in the competition. And now here's our friend Tweaky.
Mr. Conrad at NBC, 400 points. Mr. Van Patten at ABC, 375 points. And again, Mr. Asner at CBS, very close with 350 points. The football competition will determine who competes in the tug-of-war.
Getting ready, make it shine, looking pretty. There's a lot to do. You're waiting for your dreams to come true. Come on, come on, come on and have a Pepsi day. Come on, come on, come on and taste the Pepsi way. Come on and have a Pepsi day. You're the Pepsi generation. Have a Pepsi day.
You're on top of it all on Monday, then it starts to get you down. From the weekend, you just got to get out from under.
And the weekend is where AMF comes in. We make Ben Hogan golf equipment, head rackets and tennis wear, Harley-Davidson motorcycles and golf cars. AMF feels the only way to stay on top is to get out from under on weekends.
With your new job, how do you keep your toilet clean between scrubbings? With my new helper.
Automatic Vanish, at your service, in new Fresh Scent Green. While she's at work, I work. Hang me in your tank. With every flush, my detergent and deodorizers fight dirt and stains. Even under the rim, bowl stays cleaner and fresher.
Great new color. Great new scent.
Automatic Vanish, in new Fresh Scent Green and Original Blue.
You might only know how really good Ban Roll-On is if you try something else. I found out the week we rented a cabin in the mountains. I remembered my hiking boots, but forgot my Van roll-on. My friend lent me her Sure aerosol, so I used it instead. But it didn't keep me as dry as Van roll-on. I'm told Van roll-on keeps you drier than any leading spray. And I believe it.
Van Roll-On. If you're using any leading spray, find out for yourself how effective Van Roll-On is.
The Battle of the Network Stars is fun, and more fun. But also, under the leadership of Gino Gieselman, the trainer of the Kansas City Royals, it is a lot of exercise, it is a lot of pain, it is a lot of... There's a man who obviously enjoys his work. And the participants have benefited from his ministrations. They're ready for the battle in 3-on-3 football. 6 people to each team. 3 on each team must be women. And 5 points for a touchdown. 2 points for a completed pass short of a touchdown. Those are the basics, the nuts and bolts. Let's look at the highlights of the action in the first contest between NBC and CBS. From the very beginning, it was touch and go. Gil Gerard operating as quarterback for NBC. This was play number 5. Remember, each team had 6 plays. And Conrad all alone capturing the pass from Gerard. 5 points for NBC. Gil Gerard, who ran such a stunning anchor leg in the running relay, scintillating again. And here he is again, this time to Greg Evigan, 10 points for NBC. But now it became CBS's turn on offense. And the quarterback for CBS will be Al Williams. He of the Lou Grant Show, the close colleague of Ed Asner. And so Williams springs into action. This was play number 3. The pass to Judy Norton-Taylor, touchdown. She had eluded her defensive secondary, and so it was 10 points to 5 for NBC, play number 5. And again, the pass, Williams to that same fellow Harrison, who's been such a thorn in the side of the other 2 networks all day. Now an overtime. Gil Gerard for NBC. To Bobby Conrad, who is again loose in the end zone. NBC gets the lead. CBS has a chance to answer back. Cocky little Bantam, isn't he? Now, Al Williams throwing for CBS. Short in the first place, dropped in the second place. NBC goes into the tug-of-war. They have won. Now let's join in progress the battle between ABC and CBS. It'll be a showdown. And we join the competition in progress. The winner will go against NBC to determine the ultimate winner of the Battle of the Network Stars in the tug-of-war. Bob Hayes of Angie is the quarterback. Joanna Cassidy, Christy McNichol, the wide receiver. And Billy Hayes in his 5th play. They haven't scored yet. Look at that. Hits Christy McNichol. So ABC does come up with 5 points. They take at least a temporary lead. And let's look at this now. Christy McNichol looking at it again. She gets past the defensive secondary. She's all alone, a perfect peg from Bob Hayes. But clearly, this team misses its great quarterback of the past competition, the man who set a record for a passing